Welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast with Jacob Ayers, providing actionable content to help you along your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. As the premier asset class, real estate has helped ordinary people just like you amass fortunes. The benefits of passive income from real estate investing will allow you to live a life you want. And now your host, entrepreneur, real estate investor, and apartment deal syndicator, Jacob Ayers.
Hi, and welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, episode 53. You're listening to Friday Fundamentals with your host, Jacob Ayers. Today's Friday Fundamental is positive perspective. All too often, real estate investing is painted as sunshine and rainbows. However, this is not always the case. When investing in real estate, you eat a lot of punches. You'll experience a lot of objections and hurdles, and if you can learn to duck as many of those punches as possible and learn to eat the ones you can't, you'll be better off. Let's dive into this and explain a little bit more about what we're talking about. In order to buy one property, you have to make offers on, let's say, 10 properties. And in order to make offers on those 10 properties, you have to analyze maybe upwards of 50 properties. As you can tell, this is a lot of work. But what nobody ever says is how much rejection, objection, and hurdles you have to go through along the way to that one property. You have to look at dozens of properties and find a handful that fit your criteria. Then you have to make offers on those properties. A lot of your offers will be declined or countered, and you have to get used to this rejection as it will happen a lot. I've been looking for a particular property type in my local market for over 2 years now. I've analyzed hundreds of deals, filtered those deals down to properties that make sense to me, and put in good offers, and have still not had success in this particular scenario. I feel like I'm in the ring with Mike Tyson, and I have pillows strapped to my hands. As a real estate investor, you'll become quite familiar to hurdles that would seem insurmountable to some people, from financing to operations and everything in between. If you can figure out a way to push through these barriers, you'll be much more successful. Let's look at ways you can keep a positive perspective in the face of adversity. First, realize that no matter how bad it may seem, in all reality, it's probably not as bad as you make it out to be. At the end of the day, after dozens of rejections, issues, and hurdles, you're still alive and breathing. Once you realize that 1, you can live to fight another day, and 2, you probably aren't in bad of a shape as you think, then everything seems conquerable. Know that these hurdles and rejections are barriers to entry for those who aren't willing to do what you are. If you're knocking on doors for 2 hours a day, or driving neighborhoods for hours every weekend, or going to networking events and meeting new people every chance you get, then you know there are other people out there who aren't willing to do that. The biggest mistake you can make is to quit. Winston Churchill famously said, "Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm." Not just with real estate investing, but with everything in this life, you must give it your all. Know that one day you'll be successful in whatever you put your mind to. Keep a positive perspective and never quit. That wraps up this week's Friday Fundamentals. I hope you're getting value out of this show. Let me know what you think about this format. I've been enjoying doing these Friday Fundamentals for about 6 months now, and I'd like to hear what you think. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me at www.jacobayers.com/contact or connect with me on Facebook at The Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom. Till next week, signing off, I'm your host, Jacob Ayers.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, providing you actionable content to build your real estate empire. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for personal advice. The opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have a potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, LLC, exclusively.